In today's digital era, enterprises across the world have seen a total transformation by harnessing emerging technologies. In India too, backed by innovation, a great policy push and global demand, inspiring companies of all shapes and sizes, including large corporations, MSMEs and startups, as well as their business leaders, are driving us into the future. Hello and welcome to CNBC-TV18.com and Salesforce presents Bharat Trailblazers, a special series that shines the spotlight on unique enterprises that are riding the digital innovation wave. I'm Ridu Bhandari. On the show today, we are focusing on a legacy manufacturing company that's a world leader in weighing solutions. Despite being over 100 years old, Avery India remains young at heart and stays agile and quite ahead of the technology and innovation curve. To tell us more, I'm now joined by Basant Sanduja, the Managing Director of Avery India. Basant, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on Bharat Trailblazers.
Thank you. It's my pleasure too.
Let me begin from the beginning. Avery India is an MSME that's over 100 years old. You belong to a parent company that's UK based. That in itself is 200 years old, over 200 years old, Avery Weightronics. Give us a sense of what the company actually does, and two, how big is a role of Avery India in the growth story of the entire group?
Well, Avery India is almost 112 years old in India. We started our operations within a small branch office in Kolkata way back in 1911. So thereafter we started a manufacturing base in 1956 in Kolkata. And then we had a second manufacturing base in Balabgarh, where we are presently located in 1974. So now for the last 50 years, we are located on the same premises. What we are doing it, we have been, I will say that, kick-starting any and every activity in the weighing. We are a synonymous word for the weighing in India. People know Avery with the word weighing only. We have been doing the retail scales. We have been doing anything and everything pertaining to the weighing in India. And we have been innovative and introducing those products in India. But latest, we discontinued our retail scales way back in 2008. And today we are focusing on the industrial weighing and industrial weighing automation and the digitization on that. So with our factory in Balabgarh, we have got our sales and service offices across 30 locations. And then our service engineers are located at somewhere around 56 locations in India. We have been serving to the industry to cater to their needs of weighing in terms of the honest and accurate weighing.
Okay, so you've been in the business for over 100 years. So obviously you've seen many different eras and navigated many big challenges. I'm going to just talk about a recent one that the world faced, which was the COVID-19 pandemic. As an MSME, how challenging was that period for you? Today, obviously, every company has had to accelerate its digital transformation. How did you navigate that big road bump that we all had to face? And what sort of growth strategies did you adopt in this period?
I will say it was an average impact on us in terms of the COVID. It was a coincidence that we kick-started and moved to the cloud all our systems in 2019 itself. So it was very easy for us. So in other words, the digitization will help to the MSME companies in future also, and it helped to us also. So by moving to the cloud during the COVID period, we were quite comfortable. Our operations continued and all that, except for that the manufacturing activities suffered for the last 3 to 4 months. But thereafter, we are back on the top. So thanks to the technology that it kept on going. But after COVID, what we have been doing, even in our products also, to helping to the all other industries, we have moved to the digitization. With our digitization, we can see that people can see their operations. For example, if one group has gotten 10 factories, they can see in their head office that what all is going on in all 10 factories, how much material has moved in, how much material has moved out of the factory, and they get in a control panel and a dashboard in their head office wherein the management can keep and control on all the 10 factories. So this is again and similar. In the COVID times, it was very difficult to personally travel, but with such type of help, it becomes very easy to them.
Right, and tell us on the sales front, how have you managed to keep your teams lean and yet go on increasing your customer base, and what role has technology played there for you?
I think you also know it that our Avery Weightronics globally is owned by ITW Group, and ITW Group is the technology leader worldwide. They do a business of around $15 billion from US. So in line with the technologically thinking and upgrading our activities, we have been always doing that, and rather doing the reduction in the headcount. In the last 10 years, I've been able to reduce the headcount by 50%, and this was only possible because we moved towards the technology everywhere, so as in the sales also. So in sales activity, moved to the sales force, which helped us to right from the front salesperson to the sales manager, as well as to the management. With the help of the dashboards, it helped us to automate everything. It helps us to engage with the customers more promptly. It helps the front salesperson also, and it becomes very easy to control the whole things for a sales manager as well as for the management. So Salesforce had been a good instrumental for us.
The weighing equipment business is a very unique one. You obviously have to also provide service in real time, maintenance in real time, calibration of machines, preventive repairs, etc. How do you really do that with speed and scale, given that you're a global company? What is the India experience like? And again, where does digitalization come in, and where are you on that journey right now?
As I said, we are dealing with the industrial weighing and to the weigh bridges. Now, these weigh bridges are the capital equipment. Now, these capital equipment have got a life of sometimes more than 20 years. So when you have got products like this, you need to support your customers in terms of the very strong after sales service. And this is what we have been doing it. I will say this is one of our business activity in terms of the after sales service to our customers. We maintain almost 4,000 machines across India. This is supported with around 150 plus engineers. Our engineers are located on 60 locations. Now, even in service, the way it happens in the product, the digitization, even in service also, both the customer's expectations keeps on increasing. And in case we don't keep ourselves up in terms of meeting to the customer's expectations, we will be left behind. So it's must for us to survive, to make sure that even our service network also is always updated. So for that, what we have been doing it to make sure that customer facing metrics in terms of, for example, in the service, we monitor the response time to the customer, we monitor that call to fix, we monitor the first time fix. These are all customer facing metrics, and whole purpose of is that prompt service to the customer and to maintain the uptime of the machine very high. We are targeting at around 99% uptime to our customers. So this is possible because we are technologically updated. So all those activities of pre-sales for the service as well as for the after sales for the service products, we use Salesforce for that. And for that, even in terms of the measuring customer facing metrics, even in terms of the planning the service calls, we are using that Salesforce. And as a result, it becomes very easy for our service engineers and our technicians to make sure that we provide them the timely visit, we provide them the timely preventive maintenance visits, which brings down their downtime.
Okay, so let me also then talk a little bit about the people. Now in India, we are, we have the advantage of a great demographic dividend. The median age of our country is 29 years at this point in time. But there is also the challenge that at least 3 to 4 generations are working together. And I'm sure that's the case with your company as well, given that, a lot of your employees have served the company for over 25 years. How do you mix and match different mindsets, different digital literacy skills, and ensure that they are all unified towards enterprise goals? And just to share some stats here, you have over 170 service engineers and 60 service centers throughout India. That's a lot of people. How do you really bring them to this unified goal, given that they come from different age groups, different digital skills, etc.? And what strategies of growth do you recommend to other MSMEs?
See, Mridul, the customer needs keeps on changing, whether it is in a product features needs or it is in a service needs. In today's competitive world, the expectations of the customers keep on increasing day by day. So in case we don't improve ourselves in all respects, so the products which our team used to deal with around 30 years back, those are not the prevalent product now. And this is the benefit, this is our plus point, that we have been upgrading our products from time to time. That is why we were the leaders even 100 years back also, and we are the leaders today also. Even in terms of the service, when you keep on upgrading your products technologically, you need to make sure that the team, those who are maintaining those products, also need to be updated. So we are getting a continuous sessions of the service trainings, which we do it in our factory as well as on the site. So but this continuous training on the innovative products makes them efficient and all that. Yes, we do have a generation gap in our employees, as more than 50% of employees have been working with the companies for 25 years. But we did it very successfully. I will even give you, besides service, I will even give you the example in the manufacturing. Way back 30 years back, we used to have a product where more of a fitting skills were required for the workman. But today, more of the welding skills are required in that. We successfully converted them from fitters to the welders. The best part is that our employees are also quite cooperative. They are very open to accept new things. They are very open to learn new things. That helps us to keep us strong always. So our service trainings programs keeps on running throughout the year, which we upgrade the skill sets of our engineers, which helps them to maintain the latest machines as well as the old machines.
Tell me then, how has installing technology in your company impacted your bottom line? Are you able to measure the impact it has on your revenues, or obviously processes would have become more efficient, productivity would have gone up? Are there any numbers that you can share in that regard?
The upgradation happens in both products and the services. In terms of the products, we have been also got the patents for many products, even in India also. And in terms of the processes, we have been upgrading it. As I already said, we have introduced the Salesforce, and if I talk about the Salesforce, we introduced the Salesforce into the product sales first, then into the service sales, then in the service delivery, then into the HR, and now we are doing it for the marketing. These automation and the introduction of the digitalization softwares helps us in improving the productivity. If you're talking about the bottom line, in 2010, Avery India was doing with the operating income of 7%. Today we are around 30%. This is the difference which you can see it. This had been contributing to our overall company in the Avery Weightonics as well as to the ITW.
And you just mentioned that you are also automating the marketing function. Tell us a little bit about that. What is happening on that front?
In these days, the expectations of customers have gone up. It's not that era that customer will send an inquiry on an email or on a phone and they will wait for the answer. People do shoot their inquiries either on the website or on the phone, and they expect the response within minutes. The Salesforce and the Pardot marketing function of that, which helps us. One, that the moment that inquiry comes, our team reverts back in minutes. Along with that, it also helps us in doing the marketing communication, in engaging with the customers. So we have got an automation done in the customer engagement, and for that the mailers get down to the customers on the different products. Whenever we introduce the new products, whenever we do have the new things and new technologically upgrades, technical bulletins, these all go to the customers within minutes. This is where the Salesforce has helped us in terms of the marketing.
Right. All right. Finally, Basant, as an absolute trailblazer of Bharat, if you had to share some advice to other companies that are looking to deploy intelligent automation in different business functions, especially MSMEs, what is your, set of do's and don'ts or advice that you'd like to share with them?
I think my only advice to all MSME will be that we need to remain technologically up, whether it is a product or the process. In case, and everything has to be on the global level. Today the world is very small. I would say world is a village, So in case we think only for the Indian market and we don't think of the technologically, about the global market, then we'll be left behind. Anything and everything which we do, whether for the product innovation, product improvement, process improvements, it has to be on the global level. This is what we had been doing it, and that is a result, is reflective from that, I will advise all MSMEs to make sure that their processes and the products, they keep on innovating always. They have to be on the toes always. We cannot say that if we have developed one product and tomorrow it's off and it will continue for years. Every day we have to keep on thinking, and more or less it should be oriented toward the customer focus. We need to make sure that the customer pain areas are noticed, observed, and solutions are found to address those pain areas of the customers. That will help us, the companies, to go ahead.
Basant, thank you so much for joining us here today and sharing your very, very inspiring success story with us and all the MSMEs out there.
Thank you. A pleasure for me also. And I look forward that the other companies also should progress in the way we have progressed it. This will be good for the country.
Right, absolutely. Well, that's all we have today on Bharat Trailblazers. We'll be back next time with yet another inspiring and exciting entrepreneurial story. Thank you for joining us today. Goodbye.